Let me ruin a childhood classic for you in about 2 minutes. The original Wizard of Oz production was a mess. Let's start with the unbelievable selfishness of the production studio. For about 26 weeks, the studio siphoned electricity from the local town, causing brownouts where the community couldn't run as much as a blender or a vacuum during filming hours, which was all day. The community was outraged and they started protesting against the studio, and MGM literally didn't care. They changed nothing. The community just had to wait. Moving on to something more explosive, like the multiple fiery explosions that maimed some of the actors. In particular, the Wicked Witch Margaret Hamilton, who suffered from extreme burns when a trick on set went wrong and her flammable makeup completely fried her face and hands. MGM gave her a few weeks for recovery and demanded that she return to finish filming. She did come back, but refusing any fire scenes, which they thought was pretty dramatic until her stunt double also got toasted like a freaking marshmallow during a similar stunt. So clearly not that dramatic. Speaking of makeup, were you aware that the original Tin Man was hospitalized because his toxic silver makeup got into his lungs and was destroying his body? He was fired and left with nothing but his lifelong ailments due to poisonous makeup. The studio then replaced him and turned the toxic makeup into a cream formula so it couldn't be inhaled. Now it just would slowly seep into the skin. Let's talk about the actors they hired to be flying monkeys. Let's talk about how they were suspended using only cheap piano wire that often snapped and sent them plummeting to the earth, breaking their bones. And let's talk about how allegedly they were forced to get those broken limbs back into the sky and continue filming. We're going to round this off with ruining a child's life. Judy Garland, only 16 years old, was starved on set. Her diet was coffee, cigarettes, and pills to keep her looking like a preteen instead of the developing woman that she was. If she ever complained of hunger, she was given a single cup of broth or a cup of coffee, and she was often found sneaking and hiding food. This, by no surprise at all, set off a lifelong battle with both food and pills for Judy. If you want to know more, please check out my deep dive. This barely scratches the surface on the insane filming conditions of The Wizard of Oz.